one side, one side. To buy one. Oh, close is the major. Would you roll? I'm not ready.
Sacramento is very observant.
He's
an expecting father.
For you?
No. Hey, God.
Hey.
Hi guys, this is how we do it. So, as a
Good morning and welcome to Morning Pulse, the pulse of Nigerian politics, right here on Active Citizens. My name is Sharon Enemchuku. Joining me in the studio, as always, I have with me Ifoma Oji and Mr. Daniel Sacramento. Good morning. How are we all doing today?
Good morning.
How are we doing?
We're bouncing in the Lord.
yes, it's Owambe.
Yes.
Owambe.
Thank God it's Friday. Yes. You are already in the spirit, Ifoma. You are already in the spirit, loving the Ankara attire.
It's giving Friday.
Okay. Mr. Daniel Sacramento, what are your plans for the weekend? That's the news. That's what we're talking about
I don't have
today.
any plans today.
You don't have
for
any
the weekend. No.
for the weekend? Why?
I said people have any plans for
No,
me.
no. It's the viewers that will have to come together.
I have 2 events.
You have 2 events.
Yeah.
I don't have any. You people should donate events for me. I'm ready to go outside. Anyways, happening outside in Nigeria currently, Daniel Wala has just been trending back to back from yesterday. Now today, he has said that Seyi Tinubu, that's the president's son, can challenge his father, that's the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in a presidential race. Then Wike says Nigerians should be thankful to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the president tolerates criticism. And he invariably, took a swerve to Sowore with his comments on calling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a criminal. Now, we are going to start first of all with the bold proclamation that Daniel Bwala has made, saying that Seyi Tinubu can, contest for any political position, even the Lagos governorship position and the presidency. First of all, I want to ask, what exactly has Seyi Tinubu done that would give him the legal standing to lay claim to even contest for presidency? From what Daniel Bwala is saying, what exactly is he looking at now that Seyi Tinubu has done?
Okay, you're asking.
Yes.
Well, I've not seen any track record of, leadership roles that he has achieved for him to, stand on that position for this man to say that he has the right to contest. Yes, on paper, every Nigerian have the right to contest in election is your right as a citizen of Nigeria, same thing as Seyi Tinubu. But this thing now, let's not forget that this is a political aids boss the son that we're talking about here, you understand? And what I'm seeing here is PR. It's not neutral, it's PR that I'm hearing talking. And not just that, I feel like Seyi Tinubu is bringing up this narrative, trying to spin the narrative.
No, Daniel Wala.
Yeah, Daniel Wala. Trying to spin the narrative of hereditary, leadership. I mean, throwing it to people that there is possibility that this thing might actually come into Nigeria. That's what I'm saying, because it's clearly dynasty building, political building that he's trying to do here. And then as regards the son, if he has that this thing, the only thing I see Seyi Tinubu doing on social media is going round the states and the world defending his father. As a matter of fact, there was this particular video I saw of him, saying that the people should stop, throwing stones at his father, that his father is the best president Nigeria has ever breeded. And I asked, is this what a president is supposed to be doing? Haven't you noticed that there are a lot of things that the president have done that is quite questionable? He's supposed to talk about those things. If you want to truly be a leader,
I hear you, Thomas. So what you're saying now is the fact that there's nothing that he has done in the past to warrant that. All right. No, we've heard that, of course.
He's made some donations, but no.
All right. Now joining us via Zoom is our political analyst in person of Mr. Oladimiji Oluwafemi. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Ahmed.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well.
All right. Now, for this conversation with Seyi Tinubu now, that has been dragged into the talk for the presidential run in 2027. I don't know if it's 2027 or 2031. I don't know. But I'm just asking now, do you think, from what Ifoma has said, that maybe Daniel Wala is trying to give us a tip that there might be hereditary politics that Nigeria will play going forward?
I think recently we are beginning to have hound dogs out there on behalf of their leaders. Because I don't understand why we are having Wala out speaking and then we have Wike out speaking. Both are not elected. They are aides of political and elected officers. But they are taking on the jobs of more than the elected ones anyway. But Wala is not one to be taken serious. Let me be very, very categorical here. Wala is not to be taken serious. I don't take people who do not hold principles serious. I don't take people who talk on both sides of their mouth serious. So whatever Wala is saying is just like the puppet who must, play to the dictated tune of he who pays. So that is what Wala is doing. Pay no attention to whatever he is saying. I mean, what is the relevance, political relevance, economic relevance of of the position that Wala is trying to insinuate? What is even the political estate of Seyi to start with? Okay, so our other Seyi don't even open his mouth at all, because when he was still we couldn't really tell where he stands or what capacity he holds. But now that he has spoken, all that rings in my head is, you all are coming for my father.
Oh yes, that's the exact same thing Ifoma is saying as well. But before I come to you, Mr. Daniel Sacramento, let's take some comments from X and see what Nigerians are saying. Don says he should just run as running mate to his father in 2027 so that the father can complete his 8 years. Thereafter, he can contest for president with Iyaloja, that's the daughter of the president, as his running mate. This is the best case scenario. Wala no sabi anything. Okay. Now, this person says, this is Crucial 07. He's referencing a tweet made by Bwala in 2022. That Bwala said, the human brain is unique and miraculous. It works and functions optically 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Until you join APC, then it stops working. So this is what Bwala said in 2022. Now, let's take this final one from Man Etop says, when Nigeria is not Equatorial Guinea, talking about the political dynasty and hereditary politics that they played in Equatorial Guinea. Now, I'm just asking, what does this now mean for the political elites recycling power within families now, Mr. Daniel?
Well, this has been it's been stuff happening in Nigeria and some of the African countries. To start with, it is not a crime if Seyi Tinubu wants to contest. He has the right, a fundamental human right, to vie for any position. Like you rightfully say, what are his prerequisite qualification that would enable him, to run for a particular position? He's never been a councillor. He's never been in any local government chairman. But to start with, I told you people yesterday, I wouldn't want to join issues or say things concerning Daniel Bwala, because maybe he might be under an influence. Either he's drunk or he's overexcited. Or maybe a huge sum of money was paid into his account. Yes. So he now started talking from the two sides of his mouth. I said that yesterday. Seyi, like I said, can contest. He has the right. If he has all it takes to do that. He can enter another party like ADC and contest against his father. It is still a fundamental human right aspect of it. You
don't think that would be a distraction politically?
He has no power to fight his father. His father has been in the corridor of power since 1999, more than 1999. Yeah. He became a governor in 1999. He's been there. He's been there. He has been in existence. So he has no. I don't see Seyi as somebody that's going to fight. I mean, that's going to. But that's what Daniel is trying to do is just to create a controversy where people will just find time to discuss him, which is not called for. There's no time Seyi Tinubu would want to contest against his father. That is settled. It's not going to happen. So what he's trying to do is to tell us now, so that we hear it, that Seyi Tinubu is going to be contesting for Lagos State governorship. That is the angle where he's driving to.
Makes sense.
So that's what he just using that he can run for president is an irony. He has already told us what the plan is. I remember this ambition was the cause of the fight in the Lagos State House of Assembly in the beginning of this year, where they had an issue, which we thought that President Tinubu would have declared state of emergency in Lagos State, but he left Lagos State and went to Port Harcourt. So we understand the body language. We know what Daniel Bwala is telling us. So it's left for Lagos people if that's what they want. Because remember, originally, President Tinubu is from Osun State. He's not a Lagosian. But he has the power and has come to Lagos State and has built a caliphate where he is the one that caught the shots. What happened in Lagos State? The original owners of Lagos State have, you talk about, it's only Ambode tried coming out and his stuff was cut short. And Fashola, Fashola are the original, when you talk about Lagosians who have governed Lagos State. So we understand the body language of what Daniel Bwala is trying to tell us. So it's people, except it's kindergarten that don't understand the
so
political.
On that tone now, Seyi Tinubu might run for Lagos State governorship.
That is what it means.
And there was something he cited. He said that Seyi Tinubu, has less scandal compared to other past leaders. It is not really about being scandalous. It's actually being competent. Is he competent to run for that position? That is what we are asking him. If he feels the man is competent, then I think we should, just like what Mr. Sacramento said, has he led as maybe a governor, as a chairman, as anything, deputy,
but the problem is that in Nigeria we don't have competent people. So there is no parameter to measure competence in Nigeria. So this is garbage in, garbage out. So anybody can come on.
Now,
so that is the
Mr. Oladimeji, for you that is in Lagos now, and with what Mr. Daniel has said, Mr. Daniel Sacramento has said, with being left in Lagosians now to decide whether they want Seyi Tinubu, what do you think? If this is true, if this is a prophecy coming from Daniel Bwala, and Seyi Tinubu ends up running for governor in Lagos State, what do you think will be the reception in Lagos State, seeing that his father was previously a governor of Lagos State?
There had never been reception for the Tinubu gang and caliphate in Lagos. It has been a captured system. Let me paint you a scenario real quick. Remember that in Lagos Island, in Mandilas, we had fire race in UPA's headquarters and then some part of Mandela.
Yes.
Yesterday, 3-4 days ago, one of the NURC senior, stewards beat a young man to stupor and the man died. 3-4 days after, the same person, I'm talking about yesterday now, beat another person, now a dispatch rider, so stupor, and the guy is dead also. So, no one could text the guy, no one could arrest him at that time until it was raised and became public knowledge, before the police could get higher authority to arrest the guy. Now you can see, as I got to know. What am I trying to say? Lagos has been gangsterized long ago. I have been saying this. So if Seyi Tinubu comes out tomorrow and says, and he's put in there to contest, he will. And if Lagosians don't respond, he'll become the governor. Isn't Obasan's son the vice chairman of Agege local government today? Was he not supposed to be the chairman before the fought? Part of this fight was what extended the state assembly.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
For him to be compensated, they have to give his son the vice chairman of Agege local government. Because he insisted, that what they have done to him is impeachment. And the guy controls Agege, and Agege is very important to Tinubu and his political gang. So, Obasa is only making his jugula, and of course Tinubu is only interested in his political hegemony and his caliphate. So even catching Obasa with bags of pump actions and bull and cartridges, cartridges, it wasn't a thing. Even though the container, was filled with arrested thugs by DSS, catching them with weapons, nothing has happened to them. So the Obasa not return, not return as the speaker, even after he was impeached. Okay, was he apologized to? Anything goes currently in Lagos until Lagosians have had enough. Until the real Lagosians are ready to say we've had enough of non-Lagosians since Jakonde rule us.
It's non-Lagosians, ruling Lagosians. This is insane, to be honest. And this is why it's very important that we start taking things like this seriously, because Mr. Daniel Sacramento mentioned the fact that we do not even have credible candidates. So we don't even have the measurement or the measuring tool to be able to identify those that are capable to rule positions, political positions. Now, talking about capabilities, Wike has come out in a trending video that is making its waves on the internet to say that first he traveled for vacation, and a lot of people were assuming that he had heart attack, and he said a lot of things. He went without card, and whatever wants to happen should happen. We are going to take a quick look at that video so we hear from the horse's mouth everything that he said, because he also said that we should be very thankful to the president because he's very tolerant of criticism and that this will not happen in other countries. So let's take a quick look at the video before we continue.
We play politics with everything. How somebody can sit down, just all kinds of things. Where the person saw me, I don't know. The hospital he saw me, I do not know. And yet, we're all happy reading it in social media. This is a country where somebody who was social media will say Mr. President is a criminal. Nothing will happen. Nothing. You say all kinds of things you want to say, nothing will happen. No matter how you see people criticize Trump, have you ever seen any American citizen on the social media, on the public, say, look, our president is a criminal? Have you ever had that? But yeah, anybody can wake up in the morning and abuse president, and we're happy. You are lucky you have a president.
Okay, we just saw that video and it has garnered a lot of reactions on social media, but we're going to be taking some comments on X first. Now, because of this referencing, Omoyele Sore came out to respond to this particular video, saying, I heard that the FCT's drunkard, murderer, land grabber, thief minister, he even tagged Governor Wike, Wike said Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He also tagged Tinubu should have assassinated me for calling him a criminal. He now responds, if Nigerians weren't so docile, complacent and cowardly, criminals, thieves and murderers like Governor Wike would never have any leadership roles in this country. Sad. Wike stole land in Abuja, Wike robbed the people of Rivers State, and Wike massacred Igbos at Obigbo. Wike should be in the Hague at the International Criminal Court. Hey, Jehovah. Oh my goodness. So there says, the people that cannot afford medical center treatment in their village are clapping for him for traveling abroad to look after himself. What is wrong with us? Commonwealth says, just imagine the autocratic speech. Anything that will happen, let it happen. For a person who calls himself a leader. All these are egocentric people. Apostolo says they called Trump worse than that at Governor Wike. In a same country, elements like you are not fit for public office. Hey, Nigerian safe. But Mr. Daniel, let me start with Mr. Daniel. What is your take on the video when you saw that video?
It's not a new thing now. Wike is a comedian. Wike is a comedian, and the truth about it is that one, I do not support the way Showore speaks to our leaders. It is wrong. I still maintain it is wrong, and absolutely it is wrong. It doesn't show the real Yoruba man's culture, because they are known to have respect for their elders. I totally condemn that language. That language is a very terrible one. It's treason and a felony criminal case. For you to call a sitting president a criminal, he won't try it when Buhari was there. He won't try it with Obasanjo. He dare not try it. The story will not be good. That's the truth. So that's differently. Then, at the time, I used to like Wike when we've not really know whom he was.
Oh, yeah.
So when we now found out that Wike, if you see a snake and see Wike, you kill the snake. And you kill Wike and leave the snake, because the snake might even run away. You see, when a man has no integrity, it's a very terrible thing. It's a very terrible. That's why everybody is down. If he travels, people are looking at, has he gone for medical treatment? May him no come back, or may God kill him for that place. So, you see, he's not even seeing it from that angle. Because a lot of people who are around him are singing his praises.
Yes.
So he now thinks and feel that he is the Elijah of our time.
Of our time, he's well loved.
He's well loved, but he has caused a lot of damages.
Yeah,
and that's the truth.
Okay.
So the truth about it is that, although that Tinubu has been receiving a lot of criticisms and insults, yes, he tolerates it, but that's one of the features of a leader. Oh,
so you believe, in your opinion, now that Tinubu tolerates criticism?
Yes, he does. But now the question is, the criticism, are they constructive? Why the criticism? Has it now changed so that to minimize the criticism? The answer is no. Because until Nigerians begin to feel the impact of federal government in our lives, talking about the hardship that is scattered. I saw one news that Tinubu administration has shared 300 billion to billion. I was asking to which people.
We talked about it.
Are you sure it's in Nigeria?
Yes, we talked about it yesterday too.
And I think Daniel Bwala would have been, or Nonuga, one of them
should have addressed it.
Would have been the people that have said this, because Tinubu cannot open up his mouth to say, no, it's not possible. I saw that thing. I was like,
if your take.
So
we have suffered in this country.
We've suffered a lot. I mean, I think cases like this, speeches like this, I don't see a reason whereby a Nigerian citizen cannot critique the government. That's what I'm hearing this man saying right now, that compared to other countries, let me remind him that we do not run a monarchy system of government, and sedition, the law of sedition in Nigeria here is different from from other laws of sedition in different countries. In different countries, you cannot critique the king, but in Nigeria it is very much flexible. We run a democratic system of government in Nigeria, so you can't criticize the government. But the press, it's sure that we are talking about that he was critiquing the government. I condemned, the man and his tone. I said it was harsh then, but at the same time, it does not, prevent him from saying his mind. Now let's talk about, how freedom of speeches in Nigeria has been infringed. Talk about the Lekki toll gate. Do you remember how the government reacted when people were protesting? Not about that. I know how many times Showore have gone to prison because he said his piece. I know how many times very dark man has gone to prison just because he said his piece. What about this man? What's his name? Dele Farotimi. What about his case? I know how many times he has been, invited by the police. One thing or the other. So what should I talk about the new the online laws, the cyber code, yes, should I talk about that? Is it not way of the government censoring what the citizens should say or should not say? So all these things, for me, I am seeing that there is nothing like freedom of speech, in as much as we can say a lot of things. Mr. Daniel Sacramento mentioned something about, constructive criticism. I agree to that, but at the same time, I still feel that somehow the level, Nigerians or the government actually watch the level of criticism when it is kind of affecting them to a great extent, or when we are about exposing some secrets of the government's house. That is when they come back and they try as much as possible to infringe on that, and that is when you see them arresting, tear gassing, and doing all manner of this in just so that
they can cover up.
Be heard. And it's very sad.
Thank you very much, Ifoma. To you, Mr. Oladimiji, because of what Mr. Sore has said, he accused, or he called him a criminal, and the reason being, people have speculated that it's because of the president's past criminal records, that he's still with the FBI abroad and all of that. Now, just give us your take with what Wike came out to say with the state of freedom of speech in Nigeria, like Ifoma mentioned, and generally, what is your take on that video, sir?
Thank you. It's sad, very sad in this country, because we Nigerians are given so much latitude and allowance to common politicians. I use that adjective deliberately, because they are common politicians. Normally, they ought to be at the request, at the beck and call of Nigerians. They ought to, tremble at the feet of the electorate. But the other way around is the case in our country, where you have an appointee of government with an orderly behind him as though he were an elected officer. That's one. Secondly, you have an appointee of government coming out to carry on the responsibility of the elected officials. What is the business of the minister for the FCT with communication of the president's involvement in Aso? There are nurses, there are doctors on strike as we speak in Abuja.
Yeah.
Wike is not concerned about that. But he would come on to the public, berate Nigerians, insult Nigerians, abuse them. And in turn, you want to control how they react. You slap somebody, you tell him how to cry. So if you are coming out with this ash tone, I will not stand him down. Look, I am just a minute away from being arrested as well, because we live in a capture state. And for people like us who cannot stop talking, we will be taken. That is the situation in this country until all of us come together so that we are not taken in isolation. When we speak as one, then we stand together in unity. We are unable to be pushed back. We've been speaking in isolation, and we've been giving people like the Emperor Wike the opportunity to brag around, sitting on the hard-earned money that Nigerians make and remit to the covers of government. Doling out plots and acres of land to his cronies and family members. Land that belongs to Nigerian people. His son is there, gallivanting out.
Share it with his family members.
I'm with you.
If you forfeit for 50,000 naira in the 1990s, so in an aquatic case, either you are a bad man or you are in the process of it, you are guilty.
Yeah.
For forfeiting. It's criminal forfeiture, for God's sake.
It is.
So if it is common, easy.
Oh.
Wike is an accomplice of it as well.
Wike is the head of
operations.
So I don't see anything wrong with what Soren says. These guys, they have locked down this country. They have turned Nigerians to slaves in their own land.
Yes.
So much that we don't have anymore to be called Nigeria.
No, sad.
No, I don't speak clearly. I don't speak soft of these guys when they hair. They need to be put down.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Oladimeji. Thank you so much for your contribution. To you, Mr. Daniel Sacramento, thank you for your contribution this morning. Always an enjoyable conversation. And to you, Ifoma Oji, thank you for joining me as always in the studio every day. To our VVIP viewers, thank you as well for your comments, for your likes and your shares. We see that and we appreciate it. And we are encouraging that you keep on doing so. If you're yet to follow us across all social media platforms, endeavor to do so. Find us at Active Citizens and subscribe to our YouTube channel right away. You can find me on my personal page at Sharon Enemchuku. And you?
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Misolex.
Mr. Oladimeji.
Yeah, I'm always on X with Pivot Oladimeji. There we do political education.
And for Mr. Daniel Sacramento, you can always find him in the studio. Till we see you this afternoon for Aside Hot, where we discuss hot and trending stories. Do have a good morning.